Hello students, welcome you to your computer classroom. So I hope you are fit and healthy and learning the things as well. So before moving to the next topic, as we are already discussing the about the databases in which we have seen the software that is Microsoft Access. So in that we are discussing the data sheet view and design view. So let us see what we have covered in the previous classes. So as we have discussed the data sheet view, after that we have discussed the different data types of the design view, in which we have seen the text, memo, number. So these are all the different data types which we have already covered. As you remember, the text has having 255 character limitation, while in the case of memo we are having 63,999 characters. So these are the different data types in the, you can say, the record and fields which we create. So whatever the value we are going to enter, so these are the type of those values. If you are choosing text, so in that you can only enter the text, or you can say numeric value on which the calculation can't be performed. Clear? Then the different others also we have seen, like currency, auto number, hyperlink. So I hope this all we have gone through and you also have revised. So in the previous class we have seen how to uh, create a design view and how to enter the values, the different field values we have seen, and in that we have seen the two part of the design view. One is the, you can say, field pane, in which you write the about the field, the data types and the description, and the another part at the lower pane we have seen these are the field properties. So whatever the data type we are choosing, accordingly the field property varies, and whatever the properties of that data type, it will be visible you in the field property pane. After that we have seen the certain steps how to enter the values in this field property. Clear? uh, so in that we have seen that we have entered few of the field name, the different data types, and also some descriptions we have entered. So we have gone through these all few steps, and we have chosen all these data types, few of the values also we have entered. So I hope these steps you also have gone through and seen the previous videos as well as the textbook you have referred. So let us come to the all these steps which from 1 to 13 steps. If I come and show you the software window also, so there also we have done the same thing. We have entered different values in the different fields. After that, the different data types we have chosen, like for the admission number we have chosen the number data type, and the description whatever here we are writing, this is for our convenience. Clear? So that whenever a user will enter the data, he will be able to know that what exactly is this data type or what exactly is this field is doing. Clear? So as this is a database related to the student information, so we have chosen the different field name accordingly, like admission number, the student name, the transport medium, the date of birth, class, address, and roll number. So these are all the different field names which are related to the student name. And as you can see, related to the field name, the data type is chosen, like admission number, this will be a numeric value. So here it is a number data type. And as you can see, whatever the data type or the field you are choosing, the field property at the lower end, the field property which is visible here, so accordingly the field name is chosen, as here it is admission number and the data type is number. So the field property is related to the number only. If I choose the next field name, that is student name, so here you can see the data type is text and the field property changes, and this field property is related to the text. So as you can see, the size of this, previously also we have discussed that the text data type has the limitation of 255 characters, so the same is visible here. Here also you can see this is the text data type. So related to this text, the field property in which the field size is limited to 255. So I hope this we can relate as we have discussed also. So these are the different field name, the different data type, and accordingly the description which you want we can write. So this description which we have written, this is for our convenience. So this can be written by ourselves, or if you don't want you can skip also. If it is not required to give the description, then there is no need also. So all we have, most of the few data types we have chosen, like number, text, date and time also we have chosen. What is the field name? The field name is date of birth. So here you can see that the date of birth of a student will be a data type which is having the date and different months. Clear? So in this the data type is chosen as date and time. Clear? Then memo also we have chosen. Memo, as you can remember, this was the data type with the character limitation to 63,000 something, 63,999. So if you are writing the address, so it may be the address of some student is having more characters required. So in that case we can choose the memo data type. And roll number it can be auto number. So to make you the to give you a view of the different data types, I have chosen the various data types which can be will be easy for you to relate with. Okay, now let us come back to, so these are all the things which we have covered in the previous class, and accordingly the different field and the different data types are chosen. Okay, so let us come back to the textbook. So here as you can see, we have gone through all of these steps till step number 13. Okay, after that there are some shortcut commands to manage the database. So these are all the steps which you are already doing, and these are the shortcut. Okay, so if you don't want to go through all the menus to click that, so directly if you are using the pressing these keys from the keyboard, you can manage the database. So first is control plus n. So if you want to create a new database, for that you can use control plus n. Then control plus o is used for opening a existing database which is already present there. And if you want to open, for that you can use control plus o, which will open the existing database. Clear? Then alt plus f4 it is used to for closing your MSSS. Clear? If you want to close your software window, for that you can use the alt plus f4. After that we have control plus p. Control plus p is mostly used for printing. So here also in this software also we will use the control plus p to print whatever the portion you are selected, or whatever the object of the database you are using. For that you can use the control plus p. Then control plus s, it is always used for saving. So here also this will save the database object. Database object means the table which you are working. If it is a query, if it is a table, so whatever the object of the database, that will by pressing the control plus s button, it will save that database object. Okay, next is F12. So what is F12? It will open a save as dialog box. F12, if already the database or the table is saved, and if you want to save that existing database with a new name, so for that we use the save as. So this, for the save as, the shortcut key is F12. If you press the F12 button from the keyboard, it will open a save as dialog box. Okay, so if you want to see few of these, let us show you few of these shortcut commands also on the software window. So suppose this is the window. If I am clicking control P, so okay, wait a moment. So suppose I am clicking control P, so it will give you the print. If the printer will be attached, in that case it will give you the print print related activities. So right now the printer is not installed, so because of this it may be not showing. Let us see few of those others, like F12. So F12, as you can see, this is giving you the save as dialog box. So by using the F12, you can see the save as option is available. Clear? Then there were few others like Control S. So when I will click Control S, it will automatically save this database. There was Control O. So if I click Control O, so here you can see this will give you something, a new window, which is giving you to choose the existing database. So whatever the database which is already saved, so it will give you the window to open those things. Clear? So few of these we have seen. So this way we have seen the different shortcuts commands to manage the different databases. Okay, so these are Control N, Control O, Alt F4 to quit. Okay, so now let us move further. Next is the primary key. This is a very important term. What is primary key? And in very many of the previous classes you are asking also that what exactly is a primary key. So now it will be more better to know. So a primary key is a key that differentiate the records in a file. Clear? So to differentiate the different records, we use the primary key. The data stored in a key field contains the data that is unique to a specific record. So in the primary key field, whatever the data which we are saving, it is something which is unique for all of the different records. Clear? So if we are choosing a name, so it may happen that the name of two students, they are similar. So name is something which cannot be used as a primary key because it can be repeated. So but in the case of admission number, in the case of mobile number, you can say these are the things which will be unique for all of the different students. So that is why the primary key is chosen such field which is having all of the different values in all of these, for all of the different records, you can say. So a student record, for example, would use a roll number as a key field because it uniquely identifies each student. So here also you can see that the roll number in a class, this will be unique for all of the students. So because of this, the roll number can be chosen as a primary key. In each new table that you create, you will want to set one field as the primary key. So whenever you create a table, it is mandatory to have at least one field as a primary key. SS uses this key to relate these table records to those in the another table. So what is the use of this primary key? Whenever you are having more than one table, and if you want to establish a relationship, if you want to make a new table on the basis of two existing previous tables, so for that also you can use this primary key. Clear? So this is very important part of a database and also a term which will always be used. Clear? So primary key is something, a key which differentiate the different records in a table. Clear? Now we will see how we are going to make this any of the field as a primary key. Okay, so as we have already made and entered the different field names, now it is the time to make these you can say these field names to choose the primary key, any of those. So let us see now. First step is choose the field that you want to set as the primary key. Second, click on the primary key button. So here as you can see, here there is a primary key button. So whatever the field you want to make as a primary key, so first you have to select that field, and after that by clicking the primary key, you can choose and set it as a primary key. Okay, so let us come to the software window also, and here we will see how to choose any field as a primary key. Okay, let us erase this. So as we were saying that in our database, in our table, the admission number is something which can be chosen as a primary key, or also if there is a roll number also it can be chosen, but we are going to choose admission number. Okay, so here is admission number, and where we will find the primary key? In the design tab. When you will come to the design tab, here at the top there are different tabs: home, create, external data. So in the design tab there is a primary key. Here you can see with a key symbol. Is it visible to you? I hope it will be visible. So here you can see this is the primary key with the symbol of a key, and we have chosen which field? Admission number. So now it is the time to set this field as a primary key. Let me erase this first, then it will be okay. So admission number we have chosen. Now I am clicking on the primary key button. So here you can see when I clicked on the primary key button, at the left of the admission number there is a key symbol. So it denotes that this field is now the primary key of our table. Clear? So we have chosen the admission number as a primary key. Okay, let us come back to the textbook now. Okay, so here it is. Yes. Okay, so step number 1 and 2 we have gone through. First step was to choose the field which you want to set as the primary key, and in the second step we have clicked on the primary key button. Okay, let us see the other things. The field will be set as a primary key, indicating a small key symbol to the left of the field. That we have seen that at the left of the field which we have chosen there is a key symbol, so it will denote that it is a primary key. The primary key is an on-off toggle. On-off toggle, what does mean by on-off toggle? On-off toggle means there is a facility to activate or deactivate. So if you click on that key, let us read this first. To remove it, select the primary key field and click on the primary key button again. Clear? So that is what I am saying, that whenever you are making any key as a primary key, it is the facility provided that we can remove the primary key also. So if we'll click on it again, it will be removed. That this means that it is a on-off toggle. It means we can activate and deactivate. Clear? Let us come and see, is it happening? So coming back to the software window, so as we have chosen admission number, so already it is showing the primary key symbol here also. Again if I click on the admission number, it is already selected, and I click on the primary key again. Here you can see the key symbol is removed now. So it means that this field is no more the primary key. Clear? So this is the meaning of on-off toggle. So when it first you will click, it will be activated, and again if you want to deactivate, select that field and click on the primary key. So this way this will be removed. So this feature is called as on-off toggle. So I am activating it again so that the admission number is the primary key. Clear? So this way we have seen that how to make any field as a primary key and how to activate and deactivate it. Okay, so this we have covered to how to activate or remove any key as a primary key. Now let us see the update your knowledge box also. A primary key is a key required for every table to identify records uniquely. This we have already seen, that the primary key is required because this will help to identify the records uniquely. Clear? So if there is any record, any table in which the values are there are various many values, for example thousands of student name is there, and if there is someone who's having the similar name, so how will you able to identify? You will be able to identify on the basis of something which is unique for all of the student, like roll number, like the admission number. So those things which is unique for all of the student or all of the values of a database, so that will be called as a primary key. I hope this is clear. Okay, now moving further, now it is the time to understand the different field properties. So what is the field property? The lower pane. Here in the software window, as you can see, the upper part was the field related activities, the field name we have chosen, the data type and description. At the lower part of the window, the area which is related to the field property, here you can see at the bottom. So all of these related properties which we are able to see, this area is called as field property. I hope this is clear. Okay, and here also you can see that the field which is you are choosing, a description of something is visible to us. Now we will see one by one the different field properties, what is its nature, and how we are going to modify and change them. So one by one we will take all of these things. Okay, so coming back to the textbook. So understanding the field properties. Each field has a set of properties that defines and controls it. Clear? So whatever is the field you are choosing, they are having the different properties. Okay, these properties includes basics such as its size and format, as well as the rule for entries in it. As we have seen the different data types like text, number, auto number, so accordingly the size of that, then the format of that will change. As we have seen, for the text the maximum limit was 255, for the memo the limit was 63,999. so all this is going to be discussed now, that how we can change it, how we can control it. One by one we will see. Let us see. So first is the property pane. First part is the property pane. So property pane, when a field is selected in a design view, its properties appear in the lower pane. So property pane is itself this lower area. This is the property pane. If I show you in the software window also, let me erase this first. So come to the software window. Already I have shown you. This is the whole area at the bottom. This is the property pane. Pane means pane, P-A-N-E. It is not P-A-I-N. P-A-N-E, pane means the part of the window. Clear? So this lower part of the window which is having the different properties, this is the property pane. Clear? Okay, come back to the textbook. So with the help of the software window you can easily relate it, and it will be able make you able to understand. Okay, so next is the general tab. So what is the general tab? The general tab contains most of the properties you will work with. And another is lookup tab. The lookup tab is primarily used for setting up the lookup list. Clear? So at the top here there are two tabs. One is general tab and lookup tab. So let us see this general tab and lookup tab in the software also. Okay, so here it is. So here as you can see there are two tabs. One is the general tab and another is lookup tab. I hope this is visible. General tab and lookup tab. In the general tab, whatever the things which is used related to that, you can say that record or that data type. So all of the properties, most of the properties like field size, the different formatting, so these will be available in the general tab. And lookup tab is, the lookup tab is if you want to set up a lookup we have already discussed that if you want to set a multi-valued, and if you in out of those multi-valued options if you want to choose one, so for that we will use the lookup tab. By using the lookup tab we can modify and we can set multiple values. Clear? So this is the use of general and lookup tab. And this whatever the general and lookup tab it is visible to you, these field properties related to the data type. So right now as we are working on the admission number, it is selected, so the property is related to the admission number. If we are clicking on the student name, that is the text data type, so here you can see at the bottom the field property also changes. Clear? Okay, let us come back to the textbook once again. So we have seen lookup tab and general tab. Next is drop down list. So some properties have drop down list. Some properties have drop down list from which you can select. Click the arrow to open the list. So now it is the time to show you what exactly is the drop down list. So drop down list is very simple. If there is a, let me erase this and now show you the drop down list. So here, as you can as I click on any of these properties, so here as you can see, the long is integer, the field size is long integer. If I click on this downward arrow button, so here you can see there is a multiple values which is given here, like byte, integer, long integer. So if I choose any one of these, like if I click on the decimal, so the field size will change as decimal. So this type of values is called as drop down list. Clear? So this list is called as drop down list. So whatever the value you want to choose using this, you can choose accordingly. Clear? So this is the drop down list in the field property. Next is the property information. So what is property information? When the insertion point is in the property box, information about that property appears here, where the property information, as you can see, this area. So in this, whatever the you can say the property you are working on, so the related information to that will be available in the property information box. Clear? And another is yes and no property. So some properties represent yes or no questions which have already been filled for you with the default values. Clear? So let us see this both, the property information and yes and no properties. If we come back to the software window, so here you can see this area. This is the property information area. So whatever the property you are choosing right now, so the information of that will be visible to us in the property information area. And yes and no value is something like it is required. Here as you can see, in here it is in the general tab there is a required, and in that there is a no. If you want to set it as yes, so if you click on that, now you can find the drop down and you can select as yes. So whatever this is the yes no button, in which you can choose any of the value according to the property, according to the field you are choosing. So by using that you can set the yes and no. Okay, so this way we have seen about the field property, the general tab, lookup tab, and the drop down list, then yes and no. The after that we have seen the field information area. Okay, now coming back to the book. Okay, let us erase this also once. So this way we have covered the different field property area and the field property different menus of that. Okay, now we will see how to change the different field size. Okay, so field size is something which we are talking about. So for the different you can say data type, the field size is something different. So let us read this first. So each field has a size that limits the amount of data you can store in it. Clear? So as we have seen, for the text it is 255. So the field size is actually the limitation that how much data can be stored using that field, using that data type. Clear? So there are different ways of expressing the field size depending on the type of the field. Clear? So whatever the field type you are choosing, the data type, according to that the field type or the field size is different. So as you can see here, the field type for the text is 255 characters. And let us read the meaning of this. It means you can specify any number of characters from 0 to 25 255. Clear? So in the text data type you are choosing, the limit of that is 255. So it means you can write any number of characters. Like if you are writing your name, like suppose Aman is a name, so for saving the Aman we can use the text as it is in the range of 0 to 255. It doesn't mean that only 255 will be chosen. Any characters in between 0 and 255 can be taken. Clear? So if it is till 255, if it is a blank also, it is okay. If you are a single character, suppose a, if you are saving, that is also okay. Clear? So if you are writing Aman, so that all type of data can be saved using the text data types. This is the meaning of what? Meaning of the size of the field, that is 0 to 255. I hope this is clear. Next is the number data type. So in the number data type, what is in the number data type? The field size is long integer. Actually, in the when you are saving these numbers, there are various you can say the type of these, like byte, integer, long integer. So byte is little bit smaller, then we have integer, which the range of this will be discussed. After that, long integer, single and double. In the single and double and long integers, we are having the range like plus 255 to minus 255 including 0. So these are actually the range of the different number data type. Clear? About this we will see further in the coming class, that what is the meaning of these things, and we will study the further different field size and the range of them. Okay, so till then, revise whatever we have discussed till now, the primary key and how to make the primary key, the different properties of the, you can say, field property. Okay, so till then, keep learning, and whatever the doubts you have, we will cover in the coming online session. Okay, till then, learn and revise the things. Thank you.